Hey, what's up, guys? Brock here. If you like my content, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell, players.
Hey, what is up, folks? Welcome to This Week in Customs. This is Life with Brock. And if you're not familiar with this episode or this type of episode, this is where I look at the world of customs on Instagram and show off what is currently being made by very talented folks. So let's get into it right now, starting with this just amazing looking Captain America. I'm not too much into the movie look, as you're going to see. This is going to be like a movie looking World War II cap, but man, it just looks really nice. There are the parts that you are seeing. Here's the final product. And I just like this look. I don't know what else to say. I think that chest piece, I should have just brought it up right there. There you go. That chest piece is going to be sculpted. And of course, it's split into two now. Technical problems. But then you see the accessories. It's just really good use of parts. It looks nice. I like this kit bash. And of course, that's going to be a custom head. I'm not exactly sure which Captain America is that, or there might be a modded head from one that I don't recognize. I don't collect the MCU figures, so I really don't know. Here's another cool looking figure. It looks like it's a compilation. I'm trying to see what upper body that is. I think it's gonna be some sort of. Gosh, I don't know, because I think it's Marvel Legend arms, and it looks like it could be an MCU upper body. MCU, a Mattel looking upper body. Those are definitely Marvel Legend legs. But what I really like is that they've carved this question mark into the chest. I think that looks really good. Potential Joker. If you've read the War of Joke and Riddles, is that what its title? I'm forgetting now. It was a really good storyline about a year and a half ago that it came out, or maybe 2 years now. Here is a Deathstroke. I definitely like how this looks. It's using. Now I'm going to forget the figure name. I'm having one of those mental things because, it's Life with Brock and there's noises all around me because life is happening all around me. But, oh gosh, I have it. I have it ready to go because I was going to use it too. I saw Hot Cheeto Fingers do one of these about a year ago, and I go, oh, that's a great body to use. Taskmaster. It's the Taskmaster body. Finally, it came back to my head. Looking good, player. Nicely done. All right, now, if you're familiar with this Maestro style Hulk, you can see he's using the old Hulkbuster from Toy Biz, and it looks like he's either used some styrene or foam, or it could be sculpt right there for the chest. But this dude likes to use LED lights. I wanted to show you what he had done. He had sculpted this head, which looks pretty darn good. And we're going to take a look at his final product in just a bit. We're going to come back to it. But just a great thought of using this figure and this body for this style of custom. You got to think outside the box. There's some guys that are just able to, see figures in their original state and see other custom possibilities, and that's what he did. Really nice looking custom right here. That spider really stands out on this white figure, and it looks like it's gonna be an Agent Venom, but it's the white Agent Venom, and I'm not sure. I'm familiar with the Anti Venom character, and maybe that's what this character is based of. I'm not familiar with it. I just thought it looked cool, and I wanted to share it with the rest of you guys. All right, so this is obviously the Mesco King Kong, and he's making it into an older, like, McFarlane character. Let me show you the video of how awesome this thing looks. Man, look at that. It makes the Mesco figure look 1,000 times better. I thought the Mesco figure is okay, but the fact that he's by the way, it's called Cygor. That's the character. Yeah, man, he's done a really good, just a good job of. I'm not sure if those are sculpted bits or not, or where he got them from. And that's part of the fun of customizing. I don't recognize where those things are from, but it makes that original figure look way better. Go give him a follow on Instagram, and maybe if you want to do one yourself, maybe you can get some pointers from him. All right, this is a pretty cool looking Iron Man. I mean, he's a little bit on the 1990s Fabio hairstyle look. He's done a really good job of sculpting that hair. Interesting look for Iron Man. I like the paint on him. I like the design on this Iron Man. Just looks really nice. DL Turner does very good work. All right, now all these shoes have been popping up everywhere on Instagram, and here's just one of the Jordans that are popping up. There are a few people that are printing these out in 3D or 3D printing, I should say, and just go find them on Instagram. And if you want to add some shoes to your collection, there you have it. All right, so this punk rock Hulk, in previous This Week in Custom episodes, I showed the work in progress. This is the finished progress. Check out those tattoos, man. He did a great job at making it look like it just jumped out of the comic. It looks really good. Excellent work. Here's a Green Lantern that stood out to me just because it looks like he's used, and I wonder if he answered. Oh, here we go. So he's used parts from the original figure, but he's now using a Marvel Legend. It's the Spider-Man 2099 body or the Buck. I'm not sure which figure he used as the base. But I think if you were going to do a custom like this, you would probably want to use the Bullseye or maybe even the Spider-Man 2099 where it's going to have that black underneath. I would use a Bullseye if I were going to do this custom. And actually, I do want to do a Green Lantern custom. I asked him about the parts, and he said that he got that emblem you can see right there, from the new 52 figure from DC. It's going to be the probably the DC UC Hal Jordan. And then those hands are going to be from the Blizzard. And maybe he sculpted that ring. That's pretty cool, man. It looks great. I'm into doing this. I prefer making my own customs or developing my own custom figure from a character, and then that way, see, instead of just buying a Green Lantern now, if you did this for yourself, it's gonna be so much more meaningful, and I think that looks dynamite, man. And I think that's a great body use for the character of the Green Lantern. Here's an Ace Outlaw custom video. He did some of these customs a while ago. This is his own design. He's also using the Spider-Man 2099 body for this Nightcrawler. And what he did with this, the film's getting me a little bit sick here. Let's move it on to this one so we can see a still image of him. And as you can see, he's actually used the Toy Biz head, which I like, but a lot of people don't like because it's a little bit too big of a jaw. So what he did, he shaved down the jaw and he added some, sculpting to the hair, and obviously he's designed everything else. It actually does look like the Spider-Man 2099 body, and that he just modified and painted, and it looks really good. He did other things to the hands and feet to make it look a little bit more seamless, and the character looks fantastic, man. Really good work. Here we go. Here's is this still this is still a work in progress because he's looking for parts. But there you can see now he's transformed that Hulkbuster into this Maestro Hulk. This looks really, really good. I think that Hasbro came out with a 3 3/4 figure of this version of the Hulk, but look at this beast, man. That is awesome. Plus it has that LED right there in his chest. This artist does a lot of LED work, so if you want to add LED to your repertoire, you probably want to follow him. I'm not sure if he's I don't know. I would imagine that he may share how to do some of that stuff. Maybe he's put out some videos, I don't know, but if you want to find out more about that type of custom, go ahead and give him a follow. All right. This stood out because of the effect. First of all, it looks like the sculpting is going to be on point. It definitely looks like Magneto's, wrist guards, and then also his shin guards you see down there, if I'm trying to focus it. So he's definitely sculpted all those. I think he also sculpted this chest piece, and he's using those. You couldn't go to, you're going to have to go into some girl stores or Joann's or Michael's and get yourself some of these beaded jewelry, custom jewelry. I forget what it's called. There's a specific name for it, but it's really cheap, and it looks like he's using some of those there. I'm not sure if he's cut it in half or if it already came in half, but that really works for Magneto's look. But I like where he's going with this fishbowl. And if you've seen Magneto's effect, if you read the comic books in the '90s, the Uncanny X-Men, I believe, or was it just the X-Men title, the one that Jim Lee was doing, there's a comic book that I have, and maybe I'll put it up here so you guys can see. There's an effect that Magneto has, almost like a shield around him, and it shows his power.
Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men. I am Magneto, master of magnet.
I would like to see, I would love to come up, and I don't know how I would do this, but those energy balls that they sell? I forget that they have a specific name for them, and of course I'm forgetting it for this video. But I would love to be able to put a Magneto in there because I think that would be awesome. In the meantime, he's doing this. I don't know where he's going to go with that. I don't know if he's going to put some LED lights. Maybe he'll be using LED. I don't know where he's going to go, but it looks good. And I like the thinking, again, outside of the box to come up with some cool effects for your customs. All right, with Mesco coming out with a Popeye, which I love that figure. It's a nice looking figure. But look at this, man. Really good job of sculpting, making that thing on the left, weak sauce, Mattel wrestling figure, and I think it's Mattel, to look like that amazing looking Popeye. Looks fantastic. Love the love the pipe. Love the look of this guy. Looks great. That would be awesome. The shelf. And again, you make a custom like this. I would prefer if I made a Popeye, as much as I like that Mesco, if I made a Popeye like this, I would prefer to have this in my collection again because it's the effort, the art that goes into it, and it's actually something that I would create with my own hands. So that artist can also have that just awesome custom in his collection, and it's work that he did. Speaking of really cool work, here we have right here a Scourge figure. Scourges have been popping up all over the place. I like this design for Scourge, and it's a dynamite job. Great work. It looks awesome. All right, so this custom is very unique. The style of the character random is just awesome. That he's able to generate, these weapons out of his hands or his arms, and it looks great. He looks like he's using a Bruce Willis head. I can't wait to see the final look for this. But I really like. Not only do I like the design, but I want to show you a video that he came out here, which I think he was also in the This Week in Customs episode with the magnets. This artist loves to use magnets, and he does a really good job of using magnets. Now check this out. Now notice those arms are going to be interchangeable, and he's used magnets to change, strong magnets. So he's going to have the option of displaying the character weaponized or just unweaponized, and it's going to work fantastic. One more time so you guys can see. He's added magnets instead of the peg holes that connect the arms. So he's traded out the magnets for them there, and voila. See, and that's some of the things that I had never even thought about doing that to a figure. Obviously, I've used magnets, but I never thought to do it for the joint, that specific joint. I've thought about doing it. I have done it on waist, on hands, on backs, and whatever. But I never actually thought to interchange a weapon like that. And that's why it's good to take a look at other people's work, because sometimes you'll get great ideas. And now I have that idea for a future custom. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully I'll get an opportunity to use it. This custom right here is really cool. It's just an intermixing of Marvel Legends with a Mesco Captain America. As you can see there, he's traded out the boots and the arms, and obviously that's a custom head. I think that's the Jim Bowen shrunken down head. I have that head. It's actually a Captain America I'm working on, but I really like how that looks. I almost like that look better than the original Mesco. The style for me, for my sensibilities, looks better, which is why I included it on here, and hopefully you thought it was enjoyable too. Here's some better shots of it, and maybe here you can see. Here actually you can see the old gloves And in the previous picture, he did the classic, more classic looking gloves. And I think it works. I'd have trouble chopping up an $80 figure, but hey, some people have deeper pockets than others, right? All right, cool. Check this out for those of you that are G.I. Joe fans. This is a good use of parts. This is a director Krennic lower body. You can pick those things up on the low, like for $5 and under. You can pick up a director Krennic. He got the head from a Toy Box Customs. If you're not familiar with him, I've talked about him. I've reviewed his products on my channel. He does really good work. You can pick that up from him. There it is. You just want to click on. You see how it's toybox_customs on Instagram, and you can do one of these yourselves fairly easy with minimal sculpting. I think the hardest part about this custom, and Jeffrey, maybe if you see this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be that emblem. Unless you're using some sort of tattoo sticker, some sort of like water, those water, oh gosh, words are hard. I'm having trouble with words, but you guys, the water decals, there you go, finally came out. So I think that if it's a water decal, maybe it won't be so hard. All right, cool looking Punisher. I like the emblem on this one. We're just going to run through a bunch of different pictures. I like the look of the head. It almost looks more like an MCU Punisher, right? The style looking of him, his face. He's not like an overblown, roided out monster like you would see in some of the comics. But yeah, I like it, man. It's like a tactical looking Punisher. And he's got a bajillion weapons. By the way, this artist right here, tag this customs, and I try to blow it up so you can see This Week in Customs. If you hashtag This Week in Customs, I'm subscribed to that thread, so it'll run through my page and I'll be able to see it, and I'm able to put it on This Week in Custom episodes. This is a really nice looking, I like the use of parts. I don't even know where he got those guns from. I'm trying to see if he put it down, but he is doing a Warbuster here. And here's the finished product. Look at that, man. Very impressive looking. This is obviously the Build-A-Figure, so you can get the Build-A-Figure. They're not too expensive for the size of the figure. You can pick some of these up for like 50, 60 bucks on eBay, or maybe somebody that's getting rid of them. But that's just really, it's unique looking, right? It's another use of this particular Build-A-Figure, and just by changing the color to silver and black and then adding these awesome looking guns, it just, you've weaponized Hulkbuster even more than he is. Moving on to the next one. I wanted to put this on here because check this out. I don't know how he's put those pieces together. I'm not sure if he's got some sort of thread that's holding it. And behind, watch this. You're going to be able to see those. So he sculpted those parts. And I think those little holes are what he's somehow connecting them. I didn't contact to ask him. It would be great if he happens to see this video that he would let us know how he connected those pieces, because you can do those. Somebody mentioned that it would be great for a silver samurai, and it would be. Wouldn't that be awesome if those skirt pieces would be movable so you can actually pose the silver samurai that we're getting from Hasbro? You can trade it out for that, repaint the figure, and make it look even more awesome and more functional than it is when it comes out. Often I've said that I enjoy looking at these Marvel Legends that are coming out as blank canvases to start from. They give us a good base. Obviously, they're not like super premium figures. They are for collectors, but they're not premium figures. So we can add our bent to it. We can manipulate them to look how we want. And that would be a great thing to use for that figure, in my opinion. All right, we're nearing the end, I should say. Pretty cool use. This is one of my favorite face sculpts too. I only bought that Ant-Man because of this face sculpt, and now this guy's tore it all up, and it works really well for this jigsaw. Really good use for it, man. It looks sinister, right? Because when you see it on Ant-Man, it's like, yeah, he doesn't look evil. But look at that. He's got a crazy look on his face, and it just works perfect for this character. really, really happy with how that looks, man. And if I could do the same thing in a future custom, I will do it. So we have come to the end of this. People have been enjoying this type of episode, so I'm going to continue doing it as long as you guys continue watching it. I appreciate your support. Please like this video if you did enjoy it, and share it with someone else that you think would enjoy customs as much as you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and this type of episode, and I will catch you on the next one, players. Peace.